Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to the exciting Summit of Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene takes place in... Oh shit, it's Saskia!
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Hi, Saskia. There we go. This evening's scene takes place in the mage bar called the Green Dragon. For those of you who have not been there, I don't know, I think all of you have been there, so I don't need to describe it. Haha, victory is mine. D'Onofrio is currently lounging in a corner, smoking a cigarette. She has her one leg up on a table. Her long black boot is pulled up roughly to just under her kneecap, as she waits tentatively for what I will refer to as the clusterfuck that will be this evening.
Ken has already arrived. There's the bottle of wine sitting on the table. He's kind of cleared stuff away from it, and he's just kind of pacing back and forth in front of it.
Manny's gonna bust in the front door. Yeah, have you opened it?
No?
He's got like a bag of sterile scientific equipment in one hand. Okay, good.
Darcy, I was going to say, Darcy, if you'd like to join us, you can. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Darcy walks in, goes over to the bar and orders. You know what? She's just gonna order a full glass of plain vodka. Nothing extra, no ice whatsoever. She doesn't care.
I like this plan. Right. On a side note, Miss Ellsworth, congratulations. You look like Miss Ellsworth.
I look like myself. Yes. Why would I not look like myself?
We're about to use this space for an experiment. You're welcome to stay.
What kind of experiment?
She kind of gestures towards Fionn.
I'm going to drink that, and it may cure my amnesia, and also have a lot of unintended side effects.
Okay,
Cool.
so Mr. Make It in the basement let me borrow a whole bunch of stuff. Give me your head.
What?
She like grabs your head and starts putting stickers on it for
What
like
is happening?
brainwaves.
Alright.
Wait, can you detect brainwaves from a computer? She looks at D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio just looks at the vodka that is being held by Darcy, grabs it, takes two very long chugs from it, hands it back, just moves the gloved hand across the lips. Many sit down.
I could just order you a glass, you know.
Alexandria was wanting me to get a sample of the wine, and she has this tiny glass slide.
But Alexandros is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Science data is pretty crazy.
So this is gonna be fun.
Do you remember the time he wanted to create the better toaster, and we lost the power in we lost the power in the central city grid for 6 hours?
I still smell burnt toast. Can't just have
I had to be the power source for the central city grid for 6 hours.
It's okay. It'll be tinier than like just a tiny bit. It's just less than a drop.
You know this wine's a one-use only thing, right?
I think Darcy's just gonna activate her life site.
If you like atoms won't affect that, I don't think.
We don't know that though.
Okay, I'm gonna take the bottle and whatever residue's left in that, I'm gonna take it.
That's fine.
Okay.
I believe, from what I've read, the only actual side effect, or rather the only person who's affected by the effect that this bottle seems to generate is the first person to drink from it. After that, I think it's just delicious wine.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying no to delicious wine, but okay, right. She sits Darcy down on a table, and you notice an interesting thing that she does, Darcy. She sits beside you, but she puts her foot on the edge of the table in such a way that if it's required, she can kick the table up to defend both of you.
Aww.
Then you might.
Right, Minnie, come over here. If you die, I have to fill in paperwork.
I gotta put a few more head things. Wait, I got a question.
What?
Out of character. Is he bald?
He's not anymore. His hair is grown out in the past couple of years. He used to shave his head, but now he doesn't.
Okay, I got 4 successes on activating life sight, by the way.
Ew.
Okay.
As you look at Hyun under life cycle, he's perfectly healthy. However, quite a lot of his internal structure is mechanical, and you can tell that. But it's linked into the flow of his life energy so well that there doesn't seem to be any real hindrance to him.
Okay. Darcy will actually kind of stand up. Just one tiny question,
Yes.
if you have time before drinking that.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 questions.
All
I
right.
want more vodka. And
Okay.
if you're gonna drink all that, and it's gonna heal you, what's gonna happen to the stuff inside you? That's not gonna like explode out of your torso or something, right?
It might.
It might.
Do you want me to stand next to you just in case?
No, because if it explodes explodes out of me, it'll hurt you.
Okay.
That
But-
being said, if you wouldn't mind being ready to jump and help me in the event that does
Sure.
happen. Okay.
I'll jump on top of you if you need it. Oi.
Okay, and then he's gonna sit behind binocular, but she has her little phone camera. I'm ready.
Why are you recording this?
Because stuff might explode out of you.
Darcy's
You're
just
a
gonna-
terrible friend.
I am a wonderful friend, and this is for science. And
Darcy's
I
just gonna order 2 glasses of vodka. It's like, Minnie, do you want one too? Or do you want something with actual flavor?
tequila rose. Give me a whole bottle.
Check.
I like how we're going to get shit faced right before we're going to have to do dangerous. Yep. Right. Yeah. Okay. 3. For the record, Janofri flicks her finger, and you see the top, or you see basically the wine cork pop out of the bottle. It's like pop. 2, 3, and she kind of gives you the motion to drink the thing. Or
Gun will
just
drink the thing.
Okay. How much of it do you actually drink? Because it doesn't actually matter. I'm just for thematic purposes.
He'll get a nice, good swig in.
Okay.
Maybe like a quarter of the bottle.
So you bring the bottle down. Here, let's. Other than the fact like there's a very, very intense warmness in your stomach, you don't really feel anything.
Kind of like takes it, he puts it down lightly. He kind of blinks, looks around, kind of like grabs at himself to make sure everything is still inside of him where it's supposed to be.
You quite all right?
No boom.
I felt a warmth in my belly.
As you open your mouth to speak, you start to gag, like really intensely.
Evan, what's happening with his life stuff? Because I have life sight active.
You know how he had a mechanical heart?
Yeah.
He now has 2 hearts, and one of those hearts, the mechanical heart, is being rammed up his esophagus.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Darcy's just gonna jump just in case, you know. She's just gonna literally jump on top of him.
A few moments later, as you feel Darcy's hands on the back of your shoulders, you vomit up your mechanical heart.
Ew.
This is not clean, but like there's wires and everything just spilling out of your mouth.
Ew.
Darcy, this is
Yeah.
not just happening with his heart. All of his organs
Oh.
are growing.
Okay, she's just gonna like, I don't know, hug him because that's the only thing. She doesn't have enough life to help him with this, so she's just gonna kind of hug him from behind.
Darcy, his entire brain has been replaced with. Get away!
No.
It's
The next
he's
thing is
recording this.
start to see mechanical sludge as it's been liquefied, as it just starts spewing from his nose and spewing from his ears, as the mechanical components that were his brain leak out onto the ground.
Ew.
It's pretty gnarly. Kim, you feel all of this. It is. I'm not gonna say it's painful, but it is a new kind of fucked up.
It's like that feeling when you have a lot of water in your ears and you finally manage to get it out, but completely unpleasant as opposed to being relieving.
Next is your hands start to drip a viscous mucus from under the fingernails as it literally starts to weep out the liquidized mechanical components that were your arms.
Oof.
Oh, I don't even know what to say. This whole process takes about 10 minutes. When the physical aspect of it is done, though, Hyun, your head snaps back so hard that it almost breaks your spine. As you can see, because his spine isn't made of metal anymore. Fun fact.
I mean, she's
his
standing
head,
behind him. She's been standing behind him, hugging him from behind the entire time. So, yeah.
it snaps back so hard that it almost snaps your spine. And memories just start flooding back to you. You remember that you were born on a rice farm just outside Seoul in about the year 1953. So you're actually much older than you seem to be. You remember your awakening. You remember being taken and trained by the technocracy in an iteration X space just outside of Tokyo before you joined the New World Order. You remember your work on the Cypher program. It all floods back to you. You remember, hi, by the way, guys. Hyun's chest starts to glow. Really bright green. Because do we recall what's in Hyun's chest?
Is that good or bad?
Uh-oh.
D'Onofrio basically jumps out of her chair, and you see her hand glow a kind of a very odd purple color as her hand smashes into Hyun's chest, bearing you both backwards onto the ground. If any of you have forces and would like to understand what she's doing, now might be a good time.
I'm assuming I can't roll for it because I'm currently distracted by memories and also everything.
Roll what?
Forces.
Forces, do I have that? Do I
I
even?
think you said forces are prime.
I have forces
Forces.
1, but I don't have it active, so.
I was saying if you want to activate it to understand what she's doing.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll spend a willpower.
there's a few
Okay.
on top of me, but sure,
Oh, you got two.
Oh no, I fuck. Yeah, no, great.
Oof.
Did you botch?
Yeah.
All right, you take a paradox. Would you like to try
Anyway,
again?
Ever had paradox, so it's not that bad.
Nope. Would you like to try again?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, that's one success.
Okay, that's all you need. Basically, looking at the forces signature in Hyun's chest, there is essentially what you could only describe as a small nuclear reactor breach occurring in his chest at the moment. And D'Onofrio is desperately trying to even the energies.
Okay. I mean, Darcy has a certain flaw that I would like to kick into effect now. It's called whimsy. And she's like, usually men on top of me leak some other fluid.
What she does is, and you feel this because this hurts. Her hands become super hot, and she digs them into your chest. You're going to take 4 levels of ag damage as she rips this thing clean out of your chest.
Fair enough.
Ouch.
For the record, it's called. You see blood streaming out of her eyes, like she's not holding this together very well.
Minnie like runs up, grabs the mechanical heart that fell, and just tosses it towards D'Onofrio. Be like, hey, here's this container.
What happens is D'Onofrio starts to you see her hands start to blacken and green energy flows up it. Like her hands this moment are almost skeletal with the amount of damage that she's taken. But she basically smashes the heart and the keystone together. So the keystone starts to stabilize. Basically, the heart provides energy that stabilizes the keystone. Well done, Minnie, because I said that in one scene a really long time ago and you remembered it.
I mean, it's easy to remember. Hey, my heart is a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
By the way, can Darcy reach actually D'Onofrio even with Theon on top of her? Like, because she would definitely want to try and at least help her somewhat. Like that spark of life isn't like everlasting, but you know.
Yeah, basically she falls backwards, and her hands are absolutely ruined. Like they're absolutely ruined. Her body has been basically. Have you ever seen radiation burns?
No, but I can make a. I have an image, so it's fine.
Yes.
I'll stick with you.
So most of her upper body is covered in those. And she's breathing very, very shallowly. For young, you didn't even really feel. You felt the hands go into your chest to dig out this device, but like you were miles away. You remember your wedding. You remember your wife. Did I ever tell you your wife's name?
Faith.
That is it.
Yeah.
Well, her nickname was Faith. Her actual Korean name was Sun Mei.
Gotcha.
Or Sun Mei. But everyone called her. She was another technocrat. She was actually called Agent Faith. Go figure. But yes, there's an immense amount of energy being released all around you. Ironically, the last memory that goes through your mind before you will snap back to consciousness, and you assume this is possibly the last thing that you did before you were rewritten, was you remember bringing a baby, a young child, to an orphanage called Saint Michael's Order of the Penitent, which you'd assume was maybe somewhere in Asia. You could probably find it. But you remember bringing this child. You know that it wasn't your child, but you remember that you had to do it. And the last thing that you remember before you snap back to clarity is this was an individual. This child had no name at birth and was simply called Cipher 7 or the defective cipher.
Oh shit.
And you will then snap back. You are in a shitload of pain. D'Onofrio is on the ground basically having convulsions, and the two ladies are desperately trying to hold it together. You will remember your life as Agent Bok Choy. Obviously, I'm not going to go into ridiculous amount of detail because that would be an entire life.
Yeah.
However, immediately you will gain the following: Technocracy Lore 5, New World Order Lore 5. And for a reason I'm going to reveal to you now, Nathandi Lore 3.
Oh, yikes.
When the Cypher program was created, they required beings who could essentially process a ridiculous amount of chaotic information. Oh, sorry, no, it's Marauder Lore 3. Marauder Lore 3, my apologies. So what they did was, in order to create the Cipher program, they patched together a series of demented avatars that could undergo the procedure to be implanted into these children as they were at the time, so that they could understand the immense amount of chaotic possibility, because an ordinary avatar wouldn't be up to snuff. So they basically, your superior forcibly demented avatars.
Jesus.
So, and you helped him, and you think that that was the reason that drove him over the edge, made him want to destroy the project along with the Morpheus project, and the reason that you left and never wanted to remember this. You are wrapped a whole hell of amount of guilt, because not only did you do this, you did this to 9 children, because they were all children and this was forcibly done to them. There you go. I need to step away for a moment. Feel free to have an emotional breakdown.
So, Minnie's gonna be like, Darcy, help D'Onofrio. I'll make sure Hyun doesn't bleed to death.
Can you get him off me?
And I'm sure with the combined strength, we can, like, slightly roll him to the side so Darcy can get out.
Just before I go to get my drink, because I'll make a point to you guys, he now weighs just about as much as an ordinary person, and Kyung's not that big.
I mean, Darcy has strength 1, as far as I know.
Minnie has 2 because she recently brought it back.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I actually have strength 2. Sorry, I'm lying. But yeah, no, okay, yeah, they get him off, and Darcy will kind of roll over to D'Onofrio because she's lying next to Hyun anyway, and she's just gonna hug her because Darcy doesn't have life 3.
So Minnie was like, hey, you okay? And I was just like, trying to hold in your chest.
No.
Okay, well, I hope you don't die.
Same. I.
Hey, this is a bad time to ask how much you know about the life sphere.
Why?
She's just gonna look over to D'Onofrio
Oh
dying.
Jesus! Oh God! Okay. Oh God! All right. Hyun's going to. He's not feeling too great with himself. He wants to try and do something better. He sees D'Onofrio not feeling too great. And he's going to like just kind of slowly crawl his way over to her.
Actually, you guys are right next to each other. All you have to do is reach over.
Oh, okay. And
I mean-
he is going to say something in Korean. And like kind of with his finger. Actually, does he still have the goop coming out of his hands?
I think it lasted for 10 minutes. That's
Okay.
what Evan said, so I'm not sure. I mean, Darcy is definitely stabilizing D'Onofrio simply by being there, but you know.
Yeah. Sure. Well, fuck. This is gonna probably have to wait till Evan gets back. Because I have enough to heal her, but also, like... Wait, no, because I don't have quintessence right now. Shit. That's probably egg.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
prime in quintessence in my pattern. I could give you quintessence by infusing you with prime, which,
You need Prime 3 to infuse life with Prime.
well, you can infuse a physical object with prime for prime 2,
Yeah.
and then you can reabsorb the prime.
My dog is upset.
Because we're not paying attention to him. Let's see. I don't think I spent any quintessence yet this far.
Sat down, go.
Yes, sir. I wonder what the lucky merit does.
The lucky man.
Uh-huh.
Don't get lucky reroll.
If I botch.
Something like that.
Okay. Okay. Because I got 3 uses and I haven't used them yet.
Right.
This semester life mute around here.
It's a valid question. I have no fucking clue.
I'm back, by the way.
Huzzah! We had questions.
I may have answers.
Did the goop just like dissipate, or is it still there?
It's still there.
Is there any random quintessence coming from it?
Other than the heart, no.
No, but the heart still exists.
The heart still exists, and so does the keystone still exists as well. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
Why you say?
So basically, the whatchamacallit, yeah, the heart's the only thing that remains that has a quintessence in it, as does the keystone, and basically the two are kind of balancing each other.
When you say balancing each other, what do you mean?
As in, without one, the other will basically. The keystone wants to have a reaction now that it's, but the heart is preventing it actually reacting.
Yeah. So,
Hmm?
can I do a hypercheck roll to see if I would know if I pull from one, will it like set off the other?
Sure. Intelligence hypertext is going to be difficulty 8. Also, for Darcy,
Yes.
the only thing that's keeping D'Onofrio alive is your presence.
That seems to be a
The
thing.
moment you leave, the moment you leave, she will die.
Okay. Evan? Fuck this shit. She's not gonna fucking die.
So.
I mean, Darcy had sex with D'Onofrio. She's not gonna die. Not if Darcy has any say in it.
If analytical as an intelligence spec applies, I got 6 success.
Basically, the heart has enough power to power your cybernetics as well as keeping the heart stable. So ultimately, it does have a small reservoir of power that is not currently being used to keep the stone from reacting. But you'd assume that your cybernetics probably only required maybe about 5% of this thing's power at most.
Mm.
So there's still a small reservoir, but then again, that small reservoir is quite a lot.
Okay. I'm assuming there's enough for me to pull like maybe 5 quintessence from it, in theory.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's got hundreds of quintessence in it.
Okay. Cool.
So yes.
I will roll my prime to do that real quick.
Okay.
That's what, prime 2?
Yep, to draw from a source.
And is this vulgar or coincidental?
Coincidental?
Sick.
Because you're not in a reality zone, but you're in what essentially counts as a sanctum for everyone.
Huzzah!
Yay.
So it's 3 plus, and this is fast casting, so 6. I will spend a willpower.
Okay.
Okay.
Every point you succeed at the point of quintessence, you basically.
Okay, I got 1 success. I'm gonna keep casting it.
Cool.
I'll
You suck it. It's out.
I will spend some time to lower it back down to 6, if that's cool.
Cool.
And spend another willpower.
Awesome.
Oh wait, I got 2 successes with the willpower, but I'll still continue.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, that's another 4.
So you can suck up to 6 quintessence out.
Okay. I will. And now I'm going to turn to D'Onofrio and try and heal her with life 3.
Okay.
Does Well of Life actually make healing easier? I can't remember. Might do. Merits.
I mean, it.
Spark of Life, rather.
Give me a moment. All difficulties with life magic for the purpose of healing, creation, growth, or positive change are at a -2 when the touch is used. But I'm not quite sure if that means that I use it or that it is being, because I'm basically touching. But that's up to you.
I'll let it. You know what? It seems like because you're basically providing positive energy, I'll let the bonus count for anyone who's using the bonus to heal. So yeah, look out for Young.
Okay, so that'll lower it by how much?
-2.
-2.
Okay, and be at diff 7, but not at diff 5. I do not have the rope. Actually, I'll spend some time to lower it by another one, so it'll be down to 4. So that's the most.
Okay.
By. Okay, I got 1 success, and I'm assuming this is ag, so I'll have to spend a quintessence to heal it.
Yep. However, as the one ag is healed, Darcy, she is no longer immediate. She's no longer going to die.
Okay. The thing though is, and I'm I'm just gonna ask since you say that the -2 it works. No, this is if the possessor of the gift is proficient in the sphere of life, may heal aggravate wounds as if they were non-aggravated. But yeah.
Yeah, that one's expressly you.
Yeah, exactly.
But so yeah, you heal one of her ag damage. You see some of the burns. They don't heal, but they look less intense, and she starts to breathe slightly easier. But she is still unconscious as hell.
I'll do it again. I will spend some more time to bring it back down to 4.
Trying to see how I can assist.
That's another 2 successes.
Evan.
Mm-hmm.
I probably can't do this, but I need your help to decide if I can actually do this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is gonna sound a bit crazy, but with correspondence 3 and life 2, can I share my life energy with Dinafre?
No. If you had life 3, I bet you do it, basically swapping health levels. But yeah, no, to heal ag, it's very expressly life 3.
Okay, check.
I was going to say, if you ever want to, I would let somebody create a correspondence 3 life 3 effect. Basically, you swapped your health, you basically swapped your damage with them to avoid having to do to avoid having to do the quintessence costs. But I'd let that be a road.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah,
I will have life 3 next downtime.
All right. But basically, yeah, Tiger, you heal her another 2 ags. Some of the more severe burns are no longer looking that severe, and some of the more minor ones have healed, and she is breathing much more easily. Because once again, like Darcy, you were literally the only thing keeping her alive.
I mean, second time already. This is fine. I'm okay with this.
Yeah. So, Hyun, how you feeling, bro?
Not great. After like healing that much, he just kind of like collapses onto his side, lets out a very, very deep breath.
You okay?
No.
You need a hug?
Maybe.
I was so about to ask the same thing.
So I'm assuming Dinafre is alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
She should be okay.
Okay, she'll survive injuries from this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a golden flash of energy, and you will see this individual standing next to you.
Oh, Siren! As she's covered in Hyun's blood. That's
What?
cool.
What? There was a huge explosion of spiritual energy. What on earth happened here?
She points to the keystone.
Hyun, like, in a very tired way, just kind of raises his hand, points at the wine bottle, and then his arm just collapses.
And Darcy's gonna point at Jan, so this is incredibly funny.
Oh, no. Okay. All right.
Did not create saved us.
And that's interesting. He looks at Hyun and raises an eyebrow and he says, "You've okay, right. First of all, can you? Okay, what happened to your chest?"
Everybody points at the donkey.
Yeah.
All the points, just like.
Yep.
All right, can I get context as to what actually happened to his chest, please? I get the fact that you're pointing at Madame D'Onofrio, but context, please.
Drank the wine. Thing keeping nuclear bomb in my chest from going off came out of my chest. She
Yep.
jumped forward, stopped it.
She also ripped the nuclear bomb out of his chest. I got a video.
Yes.
All right, show me the video.
And she gives him the phone.
As you look down, as you raise your phone, just important point. As you raise your phones, you find that all of your electronic devices are entirely fried. Inside, they don't work.
No.
You really wanted that footage. I wonder if he even Master Alexandros is gonna be so upset.
Bigger issues.
Oh yeah, and she like really applies the pressure to his chest.
All right. I'm going to
Play by play, but like I don't feel like
until further notice and until Madame D'Onofrio is conscious. I'm going to take that. She basically picks up the keystone. Oh, this is something that should never have existed.
You're correct. Please do not let anybody ever get a hold of it.
Oh, this was the part of the Morpheus project, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh dear. Right. All right then. I will keep it safe for the time being. Mr. Hyun, how do you feel? Obviously, there's the 1 moment. He puts his hand on your chest, and he basically starts to sing in a low voice. Hyun, you're aggravated is healed.
Oh, good.
He says, "You're now a mundane person." As far as like, how do you feel?
Hyun opens his mouth and then just kind of starts sobbing.
Oh dear.
Oh, mini hug him again.
Right. I tell you what, this has been a very emotional and very trying day for you all. I'm going to take you all back with me to the library. You can refresh yourselves. We can get something for you to eat, and you can generally calm down. I will deal with D'Onofrio, but we're going to have a very serious and very frank conversation about what to do with this. He says as he moves his head to indicate the keystone.
The like 60 megaton nuclear bomb, you mean?
Yes. The problem is it's not just a bomb on this side. If this had exploded, it would have taken a large chunk of the Umbra, the Shadowlands, and Lord knows what else with it.
I remember that.
And possibly have ripped a hole open in all three.
Oh, I did not know about that one.
Fun.
So like basically a black hole would have been created, I'm assuming, and then destroyed all of everything.
I like her analogies. Right.
I'm really glad I remembered to grab the heart and throw it at D'Onofrio while she was trying to not let it explode.
She bought you a couple of seconds. Let's put it like this. She's a very good forces mage, and this nearly killed her. So that'll give you an idea of the powers that we are messing with here, children. But all right, Darcy, will you come here, please?
Darcy will let go of D'Onofrio, like very reluctantly, but will walk over.
All right.
I'm going to need to carry D'Onofrio through, so please hold this and be very delicate. He gives her the heart and the keystone. The keystone itself, by the way, is around the size of your palm, and it's a bright green stone that's basically set into a very interesting kind of hypertech looking device that appears to be regulating its power flow.
Pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. In a I'm holding a small nuclear warhead kind of way.
Scary can be pretty.
I'm not going to argue that statement. And with that, Siren will open a portal for y'all. You will all step through into the library. And at that point, we're going to end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been a slightly charring scene in Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.